The best Pokemon singles you should be buying right now and investing your money into. Welcome back to a new video. Thank you for the love on the top 10 booster box video. If you haven't seen that, check it out. But it was one of my best videos in a while. And thank you guys for showing support on that. But let's hop into the cards here. All right, I got one or two extra pulled up just because they're kind of like biased. I just really like these cards and not really any sort of logic behind it. But I mean, there's a little bit. This is the Lugia VSTAR Gold card, the secret rare from Silver Tempest. I think this card is just really cool. Out of all the gold cards from that era, I think this is one of the best ones, honestly. Out of every Sword and Shield set in the gold cards, this is one of the better ones. Lugia sitting around $12 market. Looks like near mint. Yeah, near mint you can get around 12, 13 bucks. Not a bad card if you don't have it in your collection. And then there's several here, some sales actually selling at $17. So hasn't really seen a ton of movement. Is up a little bit past 6 months, and then towards the biggest point of the hype so far, it got up to $15, but still sells pretty well. I mean, look at sales data per week. That's decent for a card a few years old like this. So I like it. Next up, Alolan Exeggutor. This one is a little bit more biased because I think this card is just sick. Like, I genuinely think it's a great card. One of the lower or like more mid SIRs from Surging. You have the Hydreigans above it, the Latias, and the Pikachu, of course, but sitting right around $50 and definitely a solid price point. Sells pretty decent. You're looking at every 3 days or so, about double digits, most of those, and it's down 30% the last 3 months. Could definitely be a solid price point of getting into this card. I don't see it really crashing that hard, like, because it's still pretty hyped up, the market we're in. So once people realize some stuff's getting pretty cheap, it's just going to be another fad to buy it while it's cheap now, and it's going to get pumped up again. That's just kind of how things work. But down 10% the last month, 30% the last 3 months. Not a bad price right here. Less than 50. Actually, you can get it for like 46, 47 bucks, or maybe that's Japanese. Well, that one's English. Yeah, I like it. Next one here is Cresselia. I just think this is a top tier illustration rare out of every set. I actually just picked this one up myself earlier this month. This card is absolutely stunning. It is a stunning card, a great illustration rare, and it's from Shrouded Fable, so it's only 24 bucks, market price 22, and you can probably get it maybe a little bit cheaper if you find some good deals on it. Here we go. Here we have Tornadus V alt art from Chilling Reign. Chilling Reign has some pretty expensive cards, but this is one that I think could definitely be like a little bit more expensive than it is, and it's actually up this month. Or not this month, but 3 months, 41%, and then 6 months, 43%. It was around $20, sitting around 30 now. I do think it could be like a $40 card. It's just one of those cards. These are kind of getting popular now, the cards that have like hidden Pokemon inside of them. So you have Tornadus here, the alt art, but then you have the Score Bunny, the Rockruff, and then the Quillfish or whatever that's called. So nice little beautiful artwork there. I don't even know what number this is, but next one up is Hisuian Lilligant V from Astral Radiance. Astral Radiance is a beautiful set, man. I have one more card in this top 10 from Astral Radiance, but this is like the cheapest alt art there, and it's under 20 bucks. Still being up 50% under 20 bucks. This is one of the cards that up 50% the last 3 months, and it's still selling okay. It's definitely slowed down. But this is not one that I would say is like a must have. But if you don't have it, 20 bucks, it's not going to hurt you. I don't really see it crashing. Chilling or Astral Radiance, a bit of an older set, and I don't see it necessarily crashing. And plus, it's only 18, so if it crashes, you're out maybe $8 or so. Unless you buy a ton of these, then you may be out more. But depending on how much you have, not at that price point, and you could still get it for like 15, 16 bucks. So. And this is just like the Tornadus, another one with a bunch of hidden Pokemon. I mean, actually, this one has so many. You have a Swinub in there, a Spheal, a Pachirisu, a Rufflet, you got Starly, you got Hisuian. Is that a Hisuian Basculegion? And then one more there. Another one of those Quillfish, whatever they're called. I know that's not the same one, but look at how many Pokemon are in there. Like 8 Pokemon in this one card. That's a pretty cool card. Next up, Genesect V, Fusion Strike, Alt Art. I also just grabbed one of these because I didn't have one, but it's just a nice card. I think underrated in Fusion Strike. Fusion Strike, like the second most expensive Sword and Shield set right now. And this is one that doesn't have a bunch of sales data to back it up, but it's just a nice card. I think it definitely could be like a $40 card. Not in the like near future, but you buy this one and hold on to it, it'll definitely be worth more money as we go along. All right, the last 5 here, I have Eevee from Twilight Masquerade. This one's graph is kind of broken. It's saying there's like 5 sales the past 3 months, which is definitely not true. This is a card that sells a lot, and it is down big time the past few months. This I think if the graph was here to be able to tell, but I'm pretty sure in February this card hit $100, and now it's down to 55, 57 market. Not a bad time to grab it, considering it did reach 100. Now that was because it got pumped, but $50 for this card, pretty solid. I think it could definitely be like a $60, $70 card. It is just a normal illustration, so that hurts you a little bit because pull rates and whatnot, but I think 50 to 60 bucks for this card, definitely solid. This is a beautiful Eevee card, and it's a very popular one as well, so you have no issue selling it. The reason it's above all these is because these could be a bit tougher to sell. They're all a bit older, but they're also just not as popular Pokemon as Eevee is, so solid card to have. Next one, here's the other Astral Radiance card I put in here. It's Origin Form Palkia V. The more I look at Astral Radiance, the more I think it's a little bit underrated. Every single alt art in that set is banging. The chase is a Machamp. If it had like a Gengar chase or whatever, you know, just a little bit more popular of a Pokemon for the chase, this would be one of the top sets. But the Machamp and all the rest of the chase is kind of lowered a bit. But Origin Form Palkia V here, this, like I talked about this in a video recent, it's just, like, it is literally a piece of art. You got all, I don't know what's going on. It reminds me of a photo my old elementary school art teacher had. It may have been a Picasso piece or Van Gogh, I don't know. I can't remember, but this is what it reminds me of, and it just it looks stunning. And we're sitting at 71 market, and honestly, I bought one not long ago, I think for like 60. I don't feel like it was in January, February, but maybe it was. Pretty big, 60% the past 3 months, 2% the past month, 84% the past 6 months. But this is a solid card. I think it's now second ranked in terms of price for Astral Radiance behind Machamp. And you can find moderately lightly played a bit cheaper, but definitely one of my favorite cards. Here we go. Last 3, we got Terapagos EX Special Illustration from Stellar Crown. This one is dropping on the daily. Like, I just grabbed 2 of them. Here they both are. I grabbed 2 of them this month, and it's a great card. It's one of those really nice artworks, a cool blue card. And from the jump that whenever Stellar Crown came out, I said this card was not worth this much money, and it has proved that. As we see, we have a down arrow pretty much ever since release, and then kind of maybe a little bit of a jump here around Christmas time and the start of the year, but it's now in the 50 range, and this is the price point where I decided to get in, 50 range. It shouldn't really go into the 40s. It should probably just chill here for a bit, but this was the top chase. Still probably, yeah, definitely the best special illustration in this set. But now it is behind both the Squirtle and Bulbasaur in terms of price. So, good time to pick one up. It is a very beautiful card in person as well. And it has pretty good sales data. So, definitely grab some of these if you don't have any. Next up, Roaring Moon, number 2 on the list. Roaring Moon from Paradox Rift. One of my favorite cards. Once again, this is another one packed full of Pokemon. You have pretty much all the new, like, ancient and, or I think just all the ancient ones. Yeah, you got the Jigglypuff, Misdreavus, the Magneton guy down there, and the Larvesta, all those. They're all in here. It's a beautiful Roaring Moon card. Probably second best now. It was the best for a long time, but the second best Roaring Moon behind the one in Prismatic. And then you had the Salamence Special Illustration and Journey Together, which is double the price of this card, and this card's way better. It's way better looking. Doesn't sell that much, though. Like, if this is real, this really does not sell a lot. and that is the one big issue behind it for me. But I do think it's because it's Roaring Moon and not like Salamence or whatnot. If you want a long-term hold, this one I think is good for long-term, because these Pokemon will definitely grow on everyone as time goes on. And once we move past Scarlet and Violet era, this Ancient and Future stuff may be a thing of the past, and this will be the only, like, there might be only a few ancient cards to collect for people who get into the hobby later, and you can get it from mid-50s. Definitely a solid card. Last one in the video, you got Venusaur EX special illustration from 151. Now, I wouldn't expect a huge 151 card to be in here, but it is down 15% the past month, past 3 months. It's kind of like just gone back, straight back to where it was before the hype, the big hype era. And it's sitting around 60s. Looks like you can find near mint in the mid 60s. And that's why it's the best one for me, because 151, a specialty set, so there's no booster boxes to pull this card in, and it's already really expensive to get ETBs from 151 or all the other top stuff. Like, there is still 151 being stocked in, being restocked, like the Zapdos boxes, maybe some poster collections, but that's a very small amount of packs in those boxes. There are like 4 in the Zapdos box, 3 in the posters. There's not a lot of 151 product being sold anymore. I'm sure they might try to print some more of those, but still, like I said, there's only 5 packs in those boxes, or 4 packs. So this card, definitely the best one price wise. It's a Venusaur, one of the starters of Gen 1, 151, the most popular set in this video out of all these sets, and Venusaur, a bigger name than all of these cards. Literally all these cards besides maybe Eevee. Eevee's probably bigger of a name in the Pokemon community, but Venusaur only 10 to 15 bucks more than some of these other ones. I don't even know if I have this card. This might be a purchase I make here within the coming days. And as you can see, sells decent. Sells pretty decent. Here's my top 10 cards right now. I'm looking for like deals, stuff that's down, or cards that I think have the opportunity to continue going higher, like that Lilligant. It's up, but I think it could definitely continue going up as well. So let me know what your thoughts are, if there's any cards I missed that you think are great purchases at the moment. And I'll see you guys next video.